it's Carlos from thegamefanatics.com, and I'm here with Mike from Big Blue Bubble. We're going to here talk about Foregone. Now, Foregone, tell me about this game. It's gorgeous, it's side-scrolling, but it's also, you can go, it's a lot of traversal going on there. Tell us more about Foregone and why does it look the way it looks? It's beautiful.
So it's an action platformer. That's kind of how we've been describing it, with some light rogue and Metroidvania aspects to it. And the way it looks, so as you can see, it looks 2D, but it's all done in 3D. And then it has we have a pixel filter that gives it that like pixel old school feel and look and everything. And it's inspired by games like Diablo and Dark Souls. So gonna have that hub world that you're going back to, constantly getting new weapons with higher damage, new loot, and all that good stuff. And then obviously, a great art style that kind of similar to Dead Cells.
Yeah, it's a good thing that you brought up Dead Cells because it's always constantly changing. So it's changing, but is that something that you're bringing to the game, or is it going to be constantly changing in terms of the gameplay?
So we're really focused on giving like a really good narrative story, and it's going to be a bit more handcrafted in terms of level designs and stuff like that. So a little less procedural generation, but we're really trying to get that fast, fluid motion and something that feels fresh, every time you're playing it.
Yeah, that's another strength that I saw with Foregone, is that while Dead Cells is frenetic, but it can also be methodical, this felt very methodical. It felt very like, if I messed up, it was my fault. Like, it felt like I'm not facing the right way, that's my fault. So can you talk about what went into the gameplay on that part? Like, there's some weight to it.
Yeah, so obviously a huge part is we really want it to have like a really, really good feel, and so a lot of time has been in trying to nail that feeling, and like it is kind of like a just an iterative process of getting to what feels good, and having a lot of different people in the studio play with it and taking input from everyone. And sometimes it feels great right away, sometimes it takes a lot of different iterations, but the fact that it's done in 3D makes it a lot easier to like very quickly mess around with how quick something's hitting, how heavy it's moving, and stuff like that. So that's kind of where you're getting at.
Can you tell us about this protagonist?
So this is the Arbiter, which is a powerful soldier, a class of soldier, and this here is Rowan. And through some events which happen in the game, she's the last of her kind, and she needs to figure out kind of what's gone on in the world and how to right the wrongs which have occurred.
And this world here that we're looking at, it looks pretty dystopian. It evokes the title, right? Foregone. Is that part of the story?
Yep. So it's like it's a war-torn kind of world. There's been two forces that have been at odds for a long time, and there's been kind of a period of peace, but then some things happen that throw all that out of whack.
In terms of difficulty, how's that challenge, tuning it just right?
So I know there's a lot of people at the studio who feel it's very difficult, too hard. I've had a lot of experience with it now, and I don't feel like it's too punishing. But yeah, it's gonna be difficult. Like I said from the beginning, like Dark Souls is kind of an inspiration in that way. You don't want it, like you said, you don't want to feel like it's cheap. You want to feel like it was your fault, and you don't want some challenge, because I feel like that gives a little bit of extra replayability when it's not just a walk in the park.
So you draw inspiration from Dark Souls. Does that mean you're hinting at multiplayer, something like that?
A lot of people have been asking about multiplayer, and we don't have any plans for multiplayer right now, but like the reason we're doing early access is because we want that like feedback loop. So it's not scheduled or planned or anything like that, but like who knows, right?
Who knows? So I had a blast playing. I died two times, all my fault. I'm sorry, it was all my fault.
No, you were
So when can we expect to play Foregone?
So we're targeting end of the year for early access, and that's going to be on PC. For right now, you can wishlist it on Steam, and that's one way to stay tuned, or follow us everywhere on social media and all that stuff.
All right, see you guys. check out Foregone. For everything else, PAX West, keep it right here on thegamefanatics.com.